Geek.
So I've been putting this off for forever, and I apologize, y'all. I've been doing other stuff on my other channels, and I've been doing this with the archives. I just end up getting some VR recently. I be out there hustling up on that eBay. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So I had got a chance to go into detail or depth of some of the animes that I wanted to talk about, or really deep dive. I said I was going to talk about how I feel that JJK is mid, as well as go into some situations and scenarios about Bleach and its true place in the world, because I just watched Bleach recently, and then I wanted to go into why I didn't like Attack on Titan. So I really don't know where I want to go with that at the moment, but I will say that I just want to get on here and chop it up with y'all as far as just anime. I guess I can title this as Attack on Titan because I feel like I'm going to be talking about Attack on Titan at least. On this, I'm looking at my thumbnail now, getting myself motivated because I have a script written down and I did 40 minutes. 40 minutes, y'all, because of a fully scripted, which I don't know where I put the script, discussions and topics about Attack on Titan, and how I finally watched the finale after reading the manga, because when you have a 12-week type of break, I said 12-week, well, damn near a decade within your series, well, guess what? You're going to lose some continuity when it comes to that. And you're also going to lose some of your base or core audience of fans. Attack on Titan, when it dropped, was it 2012 or 2013, was one of my favorite all-time animes instantly after that first 26 episodes, because what was it, 24 or 26 episodes? I think it was 26 episodes, and some of the things that we were able to see in it. Also, this is going to be some spoilers, so if you just sit back, get your popcorn, not the kind that you put in the microwave, I read that ain't good for you. Get your popcorn ready in the popcorn machine. You can get that on eBay, man. I'm just like, for real, just throwing that out there. And I know for real you can get some good deals on eBay. And let's chop it up. Attack on Titan years later. Matter of fact, it's not so much that it's years later. It actually just finished, what was it, last year? I guess about 6 months or so ago. And let me just say, I didn't like it. Yeah, I know that's what it was supposed to be in the manga, and Eren basically eradicating a majority, half of the population in the world. One of the things that I really didn't like, straight off the box, stop, look, and watch, was the fact that Mikasa was a man now. And I'm sorry, listen, I just gotta tell y'all how I feel. Listen, she was not feminine anymore. Eren loved her. I mean, yeah, that was the girl that he chopped up with and stuff. Remember, Mikasa was cute. You knew she was a badass, but I'm not saying that if you got abs that you can wash clothes and the rest of your crew's clothes in, that you a man, ladies. What I am saying is Tifa got, she got a 26-pack too, but she still was feminine. Pair that with Mikasa's already type of eerie disposition or standoffish disposition. Here's a better analogy for it, or a better way to say it. Female Levi, take that into consideration of who she is now, like in the later seasons, and then she's big as freaking Eren now. She's gotten bustier, but even that, she tapes her chest. It looks like that she's not feminine anymore. It's like she doesn't even have her soft voice like she used to have anymore. It's got a little more bass to it. And look, I don't know about y'all fellas, dude. Hey, that's masculine. Who I did really want to see Eren end up with was Historia. And the reason why I wanted to see Eren end up with Historia, because in between these decades and time periods that we just was not getting any type of anything Attack on Titan, that's when the fan fiction, that's when the Reddit happened, that's when you went in the lab with a pen and a pad like this was the 90s and you're trying to play some game you couldn't beat and you got all your little codes that you downloaded at school because you didn't have a computer yet. You know, times is hard. Times are hard. But seriously, Historia with Eren, her ending up with this farmhand, I thought that was an easy, assy way to kind of get out of actually really storytelling. I understood what they were attempting to do, and they wanted to eradicate her as well, and Eren didn't want that. I would have liked to see that triangle strategy. I would have really liked to see that whole love triangle between her, Mikasa, and Eren, is because Eren seemed like he had more in common other than the fact that, you know, he went back in time and bitch slapped his daddy to end up altering what he wanted to do because that was the power of the Attack Titan. I just like the fact that I thought that Historia and Eren were a cuter couple because Mikasa was there for Eren when he was a child, and he did those things to help progress the plot in his storyline. However, I felt that Historia and him felt like they both were main cogs of the story. Mikasa was more of an NPC. She was a main player within Attack on Titan universe, but she didn't hold the gravitas, at least story-wise, as Historia did. It's, I guess you could say, again, I'm bringing up a Final Fantasy analogy here. She was like the Aerith, I'm talking about Historia, and Mikasa could have been like the Tifa, even though I felt that Tifa had more, if you want to say, connections to the base story. But now you think about it, when I really, you know, look at it that way, those are really big parallels. I mean, it is Japanese culture, it is Japanese media, and for those of y'all who digest Japanese media like I do on a daily, you know that it's a lot of tropes that we see spread around a lot. One of the things, I've been rewatching this too as a side note, Game of Thrones, while I'm working, I put it up on the screen and it's been rewatching this. And I mentioned triangle strategy just randomly, just because I was thinking about the love triangle. But so many stories in game and anime, I can't think of the anime one right off the tip of my tongue right now, but two games I can think of instantly that had some type of tropes that was Game of Thrones, and one had Attack on Titans type of tropes in it. Was triangle strategy, which was very heavy Game of Thrones, and the other one was Final Fantasy 16, which, if y'all who've played it know that felt very Attack on Titan with the 7, you know, summons, and each person was could transform, and they were like their people's champions. It almost felt like G Gundam a little bit too, which is actually my favorite Gundam, Mad and Wing. I mean, those, you know, it's kind of hard not to have them two in your top. I also did, to go all the way back, one of my other favorite characters. I started rewatching Attack on Titan again a little bit before I did the video, well, in between the time where I did that, you know, 40 minutes that just lost somewhere out in time, is I end up really liking Armin a lot more than I originally liked Armin. I guess Armin, really, if you really look at it in this way, Armin was really more of the main hero rather than Eren, because we really seen the POV from him. And most heroes in these Japanese, or if you want to use it as the hero's journey type stories, usually they make them weaker and then they have to grow in some kind of progression or circumstances that help them within the story that makes them end up being powerful or more than what they are. As another reference, again, look at what happened with Cloud, you know, in Final Fantasy VII. Look at Yusuke Urameshi, just to throw some out, some of his circumstances and how he navigated his story, end up being how he became a hero. Even though he wasn't weak, but he was weak in fortitude or direction, if you want to toss it out that way. I did like Annie a lot more after I rewatched the series again, because when you first watch it and you see that it's an actual female Titan, because I don't know if y'all remember when you first start watching it. When I first watched Final Fantasy, when I first started watching Attack on Titan back in was it 2012, 2013, or about 10 years ago when it first dropped, there was no female-looking Titans. Even the female Titan, who ironically ended up being Aaron's stepmother, because that was, Zeke's mama, that ate his mother, which, women know, man, y'all do, hey, they say nothing like a woman's grudge or a woman's scorn, and they is not lying. She like, don't mess with my man, because I'm going to be the one to chunky yeah, she didn't have to kill Aaron's mom, but then when you realize that Aaron had to sacrifice, that's where the confusion, well, not even so much the confusion, the Deus Ex Machina, felt like they wrote themselves in a corner with the ending of the anime. I would have liked to see them also, or with the story itself. Did Jean end up hooking up with Mikasa? We know that Jean, that he was in love with Mikasa from day one. And, he's going to be up in her grill all the time, especially when Aaron's not there. Because remember when Aaron even dipped for a minute, Jean, he was still thirsting. And I mean, Jean is a clean character. I actually really like him. I didn't like him at first because the only thing that they needed to give him to make him that typical assholery character, if he had blonde hair, which was a good call by the artists and the team who said, let's not do that. We already got like 17 characters with blonde hair, even though that's like really a rarity. Blonde hair, blue, we got like three or four main characters. So let's not throw another one. But Jean was actually a really good character. I also was wondering while rewatching it, was Connie in love with Sasha? Somebody had to let me know. I can't remember that in the manga, or it was kind of lightly glossed over a little bit in the anime. But was Connie and Sasha? Did they love it? And Gabrielle, I mean, we hate her, but it's one of those situations, like I've been referencing a lot of things about video games, so hopefully y'all have married the two by now, or at least know enough about what I'm talking about, be like, hey, okay, I could put two and two together, what you saying. But what's her face, Abby from The Last of Us 2, those characters did what they did because of a revenge-based plot and how the story was set up. It was something that if we were in that POV, wouldn't we do those things too? I'm not going to go too far into The Last of Us 2 because some folks might not have played The Last of Us 2, and the new HBO live action is actually dropping soon. I guess next year I think it's going to be dropping. But from the characters and everything that ended up happening at the end of Attack on Titan, I love the part where Aaron went back in time. We found out the true meaning and how he was basically punking his dad when we thought his dad had everything on lock. That was all great. But then we took another year off to get 6 episodes, and then we took another year to get the final and the finale. I said the final. Well, it is the final. The final finale of Attack on Titan, in my humble opinion, was just kind of like a lackluster thing. It lowered my expectations, and that's why I just recently watched it last month, is because I knew it was going to happen. And matter of fact, me and a homegirl was talking about it, and she was like, I didn't like it. And I was like, because it staged right to the manga. And I was like, yeah, that's the reason why I hadn't wanted to see it, because sometimes you hope and you pray that some things deviate from the manga and from the actual anime when they come out. Like if you see certain things, like I still to this day wish that Hinata would actually ended up with, what's that silver haired dude that's in her clan? And then Sasuke would have ended up, I can't remember any of the Naruto damn characters' name. I just was looking at it. What is her name with the pink hair? Not Rain. I think it's Rain or something like that. And then Naruto and Sakura would have ended up together. I would have moved those things a little bit together. I know they didn't, that didn't happen, but I always bring that Naruto story up with him and Sakura actually being together, because the dude originally was going to do that, and he said his wife cussed him out because he didn't do it. To me, the whole Hinata and Naruto thing felt a little bit forced, for me personally, but that's Naruto. One day I'll get to talking about the Naruto ships and things. A lot of the ending, I wanted to shore up some of the ships and shore up some of the things that was going to happen with the other races of people. What's his name? Ubukake? I don't remember his name. We had some black folks we didn't even get a chance to see. We had one black brother we didn't get a chance to see, but like 2 or 3 black people, 2 at the party. And then it was the Umbukako, I can't remember his name, the dude that was flying the airship. What? Oh no, did he die? I can't remember if he died. But a lot of the things of the aftermath that I wanted to see with some of the characters, I didn't get a chance to see. It's like Eren did what he was supposed to do, is stop the evolution of the Titans, but I guess it's not meant to be a happy story. It's kind of like, you know, the end of Death Note, right? It's not meant to be that way. But me personally, if I was to rate it out of 10, I give it a 6. I think we waited too damn long to see that. The animation was cool, but that whole nasty Eren head on top of a huge Cornish hen torso, and that felt like that was a whole season of that shit. Like, like seriously, the series in a whole, I really enjoy it. I'll say it's an 8 or 9 out of 10, not counting the gaps or my attitude and biasness between the gaps, but hey, that I'll be nitpicky. I just didn't really care for the finale, but the whole series in a whole is actually one of the better animes of our generation. But that's all I got for y'all, interweb. Sorry it took me so long, and I'm just sitting here rattling, but you know, sometimes when you get that feeling, I just wanted to sit here and talk about some anime, and I said, let me jump up on the mic and talk about what's on the top of my head, because I hadn't. But let me know in the comment section below, how'd you feel about Attack on Titan? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you love it? And if you do like this video, do me a favor and hit that like button. It lets YouTube know you like the content that you see. And don't forget to subscribe. I make geekly content here. I try once a week, but I do have a lot of RPG content over on my other channels. All the links in the description below. As always, and remember to eat, geek, sleep, repeat. I'll holler at you on the next one. Peace.